What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past few hours, then you definitely know that right now the Pokemon community has been going insane, as there has been so much information that has just potentially come out in regards to the brand new Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I did wake up this morning and saw that a few people had tweeted an article to me, and I did take a look at the article, and basically it was talking about how we could expect to see a Pokemon Switch reveal pretty soon, and probably by the end of the month. So I did see that article and I thought it was pretty cool and it was something interesting, but I didn't feel like I needed to make a whole entire video in regards to that and like talk about that. So I basically just retweeted that article on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter you could take a look at that and see the information. I didn't feel like it was something that I needed to make a whole video on. However, after this article came out, we seem to be just getting more and more information about Pokemon Switch piled on top of it, as today we've gotten so much information just besides this article that it leads me to thinking that the reveal for Pokemon Switch might actually be much sooner than I anticipated. I know how I keep saying that the game is probably going to be coming out next year in 2019, and I still believe that. I mean, I'm not going to believe anything until I see the official reveal from the Pokemon company, but because of all this stuff that's going around right now, I feel like we might actually see Pokemon Switch released this year. Now, because of how there's so much information that's come out today from so many different places, I'm going to go in order from all the events that have happened chronologically, as I feel like this will be the best way to go through the information, analyze it, and give you guys my thoughts, as if I try to pull out some information from all the different things that have happened today, this video is going to get very out of order and really messy, so I'm going to try to keep it as chronological and as smooth as possible. So yeah, let's get right to it. So the very first thing that I was talking about was that article that a lot of people did tweet to me, and basically in this article someone was questioning Emily Rodgers, and I'm sure you know Emily Rodgers if you watched my last video. She is the industry insider who's talked about a lot of stuff in regards to Nintendo Switch, like she used to report all those NX rumors back in the day. She got the exact reveal time for the Nintendo Switch correct, she also got Smash Bros correct, saying that it was going to be coming out this year, and she also did say that she believes that Pokemon Switch is in fact going to be releasing this year, and she also thinks that the reveal isn't that far away, but it looks like someone wanted to follow up on that information, and so she actually gave a little bit more information about Pokemon Switch, and that's what I'm going to read to you right now. This is basically the quote that was made on her WordPress, and she says, "As we wait for an announcement on the upcoming Pokemon title, which will be revealed before the end of this month, think about what Pokemon Go might mean for the future of the Pokemon series. I suspect that the naming/branding for this year's Pokemon Switch title, there are two versions, might raise a few eyebrows." Now you need to keep in mind that this information was posted before all the other big information about Pokemon Switch that came out later today, like all the images and stuff. This stuff from Emily Rodgers was posted hours before all the other stuff that came out today. And so she did say that she expects Pokemon Switch to be revealed by the end of this month, and I feel like that this does make sense if Pokemon Switch is coming out this year in 2018. I tweeted about this at the beginning of this month, but we've actually gotten a lot of big Pokemon news that happened in May, so I feel like it would make a lot of sense for them to reveal Pokemon Switch in May if it is coming out this year. Now, after this article was posted about the rumors from Emily Rodgers, that's when we started getting a lot of the big information that's coming out for Pokemon Switch. So the really big thing that happened today was the supposed image that came out of the logo for Pokemon Switch in Japanese, and I'm going to put that up on your screen right now, and basically what this logo says is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Now, according to the person who leaked this information, there's apparently going to be two versions of the Pokemon title. There's going to be one called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and another one called Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So obviously when I first saw this, I was laughing and I was like, there's no way that they're going to call the Pokemon games Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and even that logo didn't look too convincing to me. I felt like this was definitely just one of those types of rumors where people try to send images to me about what Pokemon Switch's logos could look like, and I mean, I've gotten a ton of these sent to me and I never really make videos about them. Like the one that comes to my mind right now is like apparently there was going to be one called Pokemon the Speed of Light and Pokemon the Speed of Sound. If I can find those logos, I'll put them on your screen, but you can see that even those logos that came out that turned out to be fake, obviously, those look pretty convincing as well, so I felt like that's probably what this was as well, and I really didn't think that the games could be called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Now the reason that this started becoming really interesting was actually what Pixelpart posted a few minutes after this logo started surfacing the internet. Now Pixelpart, as I'm sure a lot of you know, is the insider that we've got for Pokemon Switch news. Pixelpart has proven that he does have some inside sources, he's predicted Nintendo Directs, and he's also predicted some major game reveals as well. So a while back, Pixelpart made a bet on Twitter where if Pokemon Switch wasn't teased or revealed within the next 30 days of him making that tweet, then he was going to draw all of his tweets from then until its announcement. Now we all know that Pixelpart loves to hide little secrets and hints inside of his tweets, and so he's been doing that for a long time, and definitely with the tweets that he's been posting right now after he's lost that bet, we can be assured that a lot of them have a lot of secrets that he's been hiding, but we just haven't been able to figure them out. Now after this Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu logo came out, Pixelpart posted a tweet where he actually posted that same exact logo but with a checkmark next to it, and then he posted some images of his doodles, and you can see right there that he actually predicted Let's Go, and then he drew a Pikachu and an Eevee. So it looks like he pretty much also knew that the games were going to feature Pikachu and Eevee. So once again, Pixelpart did have information that he didn't want to tell us directly, so he drew it in his tweets instead, and we had a Pikachu and an Eevee that was drawn, and he even wrote out the catchphrase "Let's go." Now, according to what I said about Emily Rodgers earlier and how she was talking about how the branding and naming for this game might be a little bit different, I think that totally makes sense with this right here. Like, obviously you wouldn't expect the games to be called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, so it all makes sense here, and I definitely feel like this could be a possible name for the next new Pokemon games for Pokemon Switch. Now, the really crazy thing is that it looks like Pokemon Pikachu Edition and Pokemon Eevee Edition may have been leaked a few months ago, but no one actually believed it because of the day that it was posted. So here's some information that was posted on the 1st of April. So obviously I'm sure a lot of people saw this information, got a good laugh from it because it was posted on April Fool's Day, and they thought that the information was fake. But if we take a look right here, it looks like that a lot of this is lining up to be true, and we have seen information come out pretty early before that has turned out to be pretty credible. I mean, with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, I'm sure you can remember that there was actually a post that someone made way before Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon were even revealed to us. The person's name was Yusum, which literally stood for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They were talking about like old baddies coming back into Pokemon games, Lusamine taking like a chill pill, and a lot of that did turn out to be true, so it's very likely that something like that could be happening this time. But if we take a look at the information here, a lot of it is lining up. Let's take a look at what it says. It says real leaks, and they even wrote "Let's Go," and it says yellow remix for the Nintendo Switch. There's going to be 2 versions, Pikachu and Eevee. Red and blue will play a role in the story, and you and your rival are new trainers. Following Pokemon will return. HMs are replaced by Pokéride from Alola. The online has a hub for players. There's going to be Pokemon Go integration, and catching Pokemon works like Pokemon Go. Rewards in the game and in Go are linking the two together. There's going to be a new accessory that's going to be used with Pokemon Go and the games. The announcement is soon, and it's going to be coming out this year. So like I said, with this being posted on April 1st, I'm sure everybody just looked over this and thought this is obviously fake. The person just wanted to make a good joke, but now it looks like that this might in fact be real, and it makes so much sense as well. Like, if you have credible information, if you have real information, the best day to post that would be April Fool's Day, because no one would believe you and you pretty much got all your real information out there. And now people are looking back at this thinking like, whoa, maybe this guy actually did have some real information, and it has happened before. So this is really crazy, as I don't know how it would work if they decided to have Pokemon Go integrated with Pokemon Switch as well. I think it could definitely work. I know a lot of people were talking to me about this on Twitter, saying like they really don't want Pokemon Go and the main series games to coincide with each other, but I think it makes a lot of sense because we've pretty much seen that Pokemon Go was supposedly going to be in Gen 7 as well. Now, through some like hacking programs and things that people have been using online, there's actually a place where you can set the Met location in Pokemon Go, like inside of the code for Pokemon's Gen 7 games. There is one spot where you can select a Pokemon Go option, so maybe at one point they were considering to have Pokemon Go and the 7th generation games combined together, but they decided not to do it. I feel like they could definitely do that this time around with Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it definitely makes a lot of sense as well. You can tell that Pokemon Go was a huge success when it first came out. Obviously right now we probably don't have as many people that are playing it when it first initially launched in like July of 2016. I remember a lot of my friends were telling me like who stopped playing Pokemon after like Diamond and Pearl, who were like even telling me like, yo, Pokemon Go is cool, I miss Pokemon, I remember catching Charizards and stuff like that. And so it was pretty cool. I remember so many people got back into Pokemon, and I definitely think that Game Freak took that into consideration when they were developing Pokemon Switch. They thought like maybe we should create a game that appeals to a lot of people, and that's why they decided to go back to Kanto, as that's why Kanto is so memorable to so many people. They grew up playing Kanto. Kanto is the region that pretty much created Pokemon and made this really successful franchise, so it makes a lot of sense as to why they might want to take it back to Kanto. Now I know that with this, a lot of people are going to be saying, I'm tired of Kanto, I'm done with Kanto and all the Kanto references, why can't we just have Gen 8 or have something else? I feel like if a Pokemon game is going to be coming out this year, a Kanto remake / reboot definitely makes the most sense at this point. I really don't feel like they could reveal Pokemon's 8th generation now and still have it come out this year. I feel like that's pretty unlikely, but if there is a Pokemon game that they do want to release on the Nintendo Switch this year, I feel like having a Kanto game coming out this year definitely does make a lot of sense, and I could see that happening. And I also fully believe 100% that Game Freak definitely knows that they have been using Kanto a lot, and if they are making the Pokemon Switch game in the Kanto region, they're definitely going to add a lot of new things and definitely change up a lot of things to make sure that it's a new experience for everyone who's going to be buying the game. I definitely don't feel like that Game Freak would just take the exact same Kanto region and port it over to HD and add a few new things. They're definitely going to change up a lot of things, and especially with the rumors that we've been hearing about how it might be taking place in the Kanto region hundreds of years into the future and stuff like that, I think it could be a very interesting game. So yeah, this is just all pretty crazy, as even Cerebi.net and Bulbapedia and a lot of the other reputable Pokemon websites have updated saying that this rumor could in fact be real, and that the next Pokemon games could be called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And I mean, now that I think about it, a lot of this does make sense as well. As you guys know, with the new Pokemon movie that's coming out, Eevee is a huge part of that movie, and I feel like that might be the reason that they're promoting Eevee so hard. You guys know with that Twitter account as well, there's a Project Eevee Twitter account, so maybe this is the reason why they've been promoting Eevee so much, as it's going to be in its own separate version for a Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. Now the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the thing that pretty much surprises me the most, and that is a potential tease from Mr. Masuda himself. Now, if there's one thing that I've come to learn, it's that Mr. Masuda loves to have little hints and secrets and teases that he likes to tweet about their upcoming Pokemon games. I mean, I remember right before the official reveal for Pokemon Sun and Moon, Mr. Masuda tweeted a picture of the sky and there was a moon in it, and it was still daytime, and he was talking about how interesting it is that the sun and moon are out at the same time, and that was basically teasing Pokemon Sun and Moon. And then with Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the really big thing was Team Rainbow Rocket and how all the villains from the previous Pokemon games were gonna team up together, and Mr. Masuda actually tweeted a picture of him sitting in a chair, and all the signature Pokemon from all the other evil team leaders was actually behind him, and that pretty much was hinting at Team Rainbow Rocket. Now just a few days ago, Mr. Masuda posted a picture of him holding a Pokeball, but in the background you can clearly see that there's an Eevee and a Pikachu, so it pretty much makes sense that this might be the tease for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I mean, you can see that there's even a Luigi cap with the letter L on it, so a lot of people are thinking like maybe the L is supposed to mean Let's Go, and then he's holding a Pokeball, which we can also see is in the logo itself. For the games, there's a logo that's representing the O for Go, so there's a lot of things that line up here, and maybe this in fact was the tease for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And so there you go guys, that's all the crazy information that we've gotten today for Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. Definitely be sure to click that like button if you guys enjoyed this video, and also comment down below and let me know how you feel about all this. How do you feel about all this happening for Pokemon Switch? Are you excited for it? Do you not like it? Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts down below. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at @ActualAero, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.